But it's also about meeting people where they are. Like
Yeah.
Netflix, I can watch it on my TV and I can pull it up on my phone and watch it there. So
Right.
the same thing, you have to put your content in multiple places and also diversify it. Welcome to Canned Heat, a podcast brought to you by Liger Partners. We are marketing and operations experts bred for our skills and magic. I'm Whitney Mendoza.
And I'm Eric Holtzclaw, and she does that much better than I do.
Hey.
Still can't get the intro down. I did
Sorry, we'll
so many of
work
the
on
other,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, I made something up.
I didn't even need a teleprompter.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But
Wow. So I wanted to talk today about content creation, content diversification, where content goes. You know, we talk a lot about the creation of content and, you know, working with our customers to develop educational content, that type of thing. And you work a lot with like the social media piece of it, like the distribution of it.
Yeah.
So it certainly should go on their blog. Like, I mean, everything should go there. But when we think about other places for the content to go, what's some of the advice that you give companies about that?
So I really like, two things. Number one, we always talk about, I think you used this analogy where we were talking about how the Indian and the way that they use the buffalo, right?
Yeah.
They used every piece.
Right.
So let's take it from what we're currently doing right now, which is podcast.
Yes.
So we've got video,
Mm-hmm.
we've got audio.
Yep.
So that's already two pieces of content.
Right.
And those can go all places. Those two pieces can go, right? So we're talking about putting it up on YouTube, which means then I can embed it in a blog somewhere. We record, maybe 15, 20 minutes worth. But if you follow us on social media, Liger Partners,
That's right.
you'll see 1 to 2 minute clips, which
You're
are
probably
like,
watching a 1 to 2 minute clip right now.
that is true. You probably are.
You're probably not watching
There
the whole
is
thing.
more to the story. But we use those pieces because number one, we know it goes on social media, right? Like, especially for Instagram, you can only put 60 seconds worth of video unless you do a swipe, but we're not getting into all that. But it's small, snackable pieces, as we call them, to where we're going to say one statement that hopefully resonates with you, or that's a quick tip or some fast form of information. And we turn that into a minute segment, but really we talked about something for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's already 3 pieces.
And then so you've got something written potentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then it goes back to the blog. We can transcribe this entire podcast and make a blog out of it.
Yeah. And the rule is 80% promotion, 20% creation.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's even too high. Like, I think it's probably more like 10% creation, 90%.
That's probably
promotion.
true. Because then there's quotes. So people make graphics, pictures. I mean, that we can go on and on with really this one seemingly piece of content, but I've just named off 5 different ways we could use it.
Yeah. And so if your company, you know, does any kind of presentations, or you're running a conference, you're going and exhibiting somewhere, we see so many companies spend so much money to get to the event.
Yep.
So like we're going to go to Vegas and we're going to set up and we're going to be there for 3 days and it's like they ran the marathon and they got exhausted, and all along someone was taking pictures and videotaping it and whatever, and they never go back and look at the video, look at the pictures, talk about the event again.
Right.
And that's worse.
Yeah.
Because the chances that somebody went to that event, the chances that they heard you speak there, very slim.
Right.
But if you take it and start to break it up and use it across all your different channels, all your different mediums, then you're going to get a wider reach and really on the relevant part of it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the problem. Like, if you give a presentation, only 6%, and I think that's actually a high number, but only 6% of it is remembered a week after.
Yeah. We had a client just the other day ask us, they got a big event coming up. And so we were looking at how to split their budget to boost on social media. And so they were wanting to put a large part of it to get people there or to get people to watch the live stream. And so we came back to them and said, really, you need to put the majority of that budget after it's already done.
Right.
Because you're asking people to remember, hey, we're going to be live at 9 p.m. on Friday.
And
They're not going to remember
and nobody
that.
really necessarily wants to. I mean, what we're seeing over and over again, you know, you would have like these destination-oriented webinars or events, and you had to show up at that time.
Yep.
Well, I don't watch television that way. I don't listen to my music that way. I don't do anything else that way. So why? I don't even have to go to the store that way. Like, if I want to go to the store at midnight, I can go to the store at midnight.
Yeah.
So why are you going to force me to come to some event that's happening at some point when I'd rather watch it on my own time or watch it in pieces? So we try to make people do destination watch when they live in an on-demand society.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Think about what you do in your everyday life.
Yeah. Like we've been big cable subscribers because my wife is like, I want to know what the next thing's going to be. And so we would DVR it and stuff. Number one, I can't watch anything on the DVR any longer. And we have Hulu, so we just go watch it off Hulu.
Yeah.
And then there's no commercials. And every time there's not a commercial, I look at her and I go, see? No commercial.
It's beautiful.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
And I don't need to see it the night it aired.
Yeah.
There's nothing. The only thing I need to see when it airs, and I don't even need to see it, is my wife is a big Auburn football fan. And she wants to watch the Auburn football game.
No comment.
While it's happening. You do notice the colors we picked for Liger.
Yes, I do. I was tricked into that.
Yeah.
But it's also about meeting people. I'm moving on. No more attention to that. It's also about meeting people where they are,
but
right?
You're not like a crazy like bulldog or.
Yes, I'm a very proud Georgia fan.
Whatever. Okay.
So we're just going to morph this orange into red.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
But it's also about meeting people where they are. Like Netflix, I can watch it on my TV and I can pull it up on my phone and watch it there. So the same thing, you have to put your content in multiple places and also diversify it. So if we dig down into social media, for example, what I interact with on LinkedIn is going to be a little bit different than what I'm going to interact with on Facebook.
Right. Or if I'm even on one of those platforms.
Yeah.
Because there's platforms I may
That's true.
like, I'm exhausted, I'm not doing that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I've decided I don't like that one anymore because the people on there are crazy.
Yeah.
Right? So that diversification, and I liken it to a financial portfolio. So you're not going to go out and buy all aggressive stocks. Like you're not going to go and invest everything in the new and up and coming social media platform. You're going to need some bond components like, Facebook or things that have been around for a while. You have some things that aren't going to work. So it's a matter of you wouldn't do that with your money. So why are you doing it with your content?
Right. Okay. I'm going to start a tangent. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we talk about everybody needs a website, which is true.
Right.
You do need a website. It needs to look good. It doesn't need to look like 1985 vomited all over a webpage, right? You need to put all your content there, no matter what, whether it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, it needs to be on your website.
All content starts at your site.
Yes.
Period.
Begins there.
Even if you're going to refer to content on someone else's site, all content starts at your site.
Goes back to yours. Don't be sending them everywhere else.
I know, crazy.
Send them back to you.
Why are you going to give them all free advertising and free reach and free amplification?
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So then my recommendation is you need to be in at least 2 social media platforms. So recently in the news, MySpace lost 12 years worth of music in this whole big data migration to a new server or something somewhat. Okay. First of all, those 2 things are really funny because I'm sorry if that's the only place you had your stuff. It's long gone. So sorry for you 12 years ago.
Dialed in with your AOL connection.
Well, and that's the other funny. So do you know how you get into a MySpace account these days?
I do, but I'm not going to take it away from you.
Thank you. You have to log in through Facebook.
Yeah. Right. Or you have to call Justin Timberlake.
That's true. Or Timberland. They probably still hang out on MySpace.
Yeah.
But all those people,
he owned it. He bought it. Didn't Justin Timberlake buy MySpace?
Did he? See, I didn't know that.
There was either he was rumored to purchase it or it was going to be for some kind of new platform. Yeah. Google it.
Oh, well, that's what I'm going to do. You have to put it in different places, people. You can't you can't go all in on one and invest. And then, it's going to go away. Facebook's probably going to go away one day. I'm not saying in the next 5 years, but something else is going to come along. We see it even now currently with Snapchat, right? Everybody's Snapchat. And then Instagram got really smart and said, that's cool. We can integrate stories too. Well, now I've got both of those things in one spot. I can get your feed photos if all I want to do is look at photos, and then I can get your stories.
Yeah. And there's this discussion, which we haven't really seen as much, but was predicted kind of over the years, that instead of having these big sort of large social media platforms, that we would have focused social media platforms. So one around cooking or one around, and that's got to happen. That's what happened in TV. It took a long time. So that may be the same thing with social media, but we tend to watch more specialized channels than we do the big the bigger channels, right? So that's the same thing that's going to happen. And if you haven't number one, haven't kept it yourself, so you can back it up, and you can always resurrect it. If we're telling you use it like the buffalo, like an article from 2 or 3 years ago may still be appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
And then make sure that you're putting it across multiple platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we coming back for another segment?
No.
This is the end?
Yep.
This is the end.
The end. So social media, you need to diversify it. Think about it just like you would your financial portfolio. If you're not sure how to diversify your content,
come visit us at Liger Partners.
You need a Liger to help you unleash the beast.
I thought maybe I had the intro and you had the outro.
No, I don't even know how to do that.
Okay. We're at ligerpartners.com. Facebook.com/you need a Liger. Liger Partners everywhere. Go find us. Download shows. Read our blogs. Check out our videos. I mean, we got some pretty cool content going on if you need some ideas.
And we'll help you with that diversification so you can
unleash the beast.